George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. The third annual Jackie Warren Moore Monologue and Poetry Festival is upon us, and it's happening on Friday, October. Let me get that date right here, 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the Art of the Atrium. That's downtown Syracuse. It used to be called City Hall Commons, but it's right across the street from City Hall. And they got a pre-show happening the day before. So we got all good stuff for you. Karen Franklin King is with the Paul Robeson Performing Arts Company, and she is the festival co-director and co-producer. She'll tell us all about what PRPAC is. And Nia Jordan is Jackie's granddaughter. She's also performing in the festival, and we're excited to have the legacy continue, and we're so happy about that. Karen, why don't you kick us off? First of all, welcome both of you to the program. And Karen, why don't you kick us off with what this third annual Jackie Warren Moore Monologue and Poetry Festival is going to be about?
And I'm going to kick it off by thanking you so very much for getting the word out to folks. It's the opportunity of a lifetime to be on the Inspiration for the Nation.
Go ahead and do your thing, Karen. That's right. No, so wait a minute. Before you continue, I have to say that Karen is a legacy of her own here in the community. Open line.
Oh my goodness, you're going back.
Wait, I'm going back like before time, right?
Before time. Before Oprah. She took it.
Right.
Oprah took our show.
And then throughout the years, Karen's done a lot in the media, but specifically, we got to work together again when we did Teen Talk. So that was kind of fun as well, providing voices for teens. We were just the adults in the room, but it was really led by the teens and they're working there. So just want to say that Karen and I go way back.
We do. And George, mentioning Teen Talk, a radio program so teens could talk to teens about different issues. That's one of the nice things about the Jackie Warren Moore Festival. Each year, we make sure that we're working with young people because that was a passion of Jackie's to influence our young people to use their words instead of weapons.
Come on now.
And so with the first festival, we had Naya and several other young people. It was an all-star teen cast, no adults. We were behind the scenes. But they led the way with poems that they wrote and music and things like that. And we wanted to highlight the fact that part of Jackie's legacy is to bring our young people along and get them to use their words. So the first festival was they're reading their poems and some of Jackie's works as well. The second festival, we brought the adults in, and so we had a cross-generational type of program. And what we did also was involve the Interfaith Works people and their dialogue program, so that after the show, we had a meaningful dialogue with the audience and families. And this year's festival, it's cross-generational again. We're kicking it off with Jackie Warren Moore's poem, Dear Brother Martin. And folks will see her on the screen and feel her passion. This woman, when she did anything, it was with passion.
Yes. And you know, it's exciting because when you think about her work and what she's about, it's just really exciting. It really, really is. And so,
for those that don't know Jackie, and I'm sure all of your listeners must know Jackie Warren Moore, as a Syracuse first poet laureate for Syracuse, activist, poet, writer, columnist for the Post Standard, and all of those elements are going to be in this third annual. Reading her poems, hearing about reading some of her columns, excerpts from some of her columns. The theme is community. So we're also going to bring in a conversation about the old 15th Ward. What happens when your community goes away? What about you as an individual, and how do you feel? And that's where Naya kind of blew me away with a poem she wrote that she's going to be sharing at the festival. So that's.
Are we going to get a sneak preview? I just need to know.
Sure.
Okay. So listen, Naya, you are a senior, I understand, at Nottingham High School in Syracuse. And Tell me about why uh, this is important to you, following in Grandma's footsteps. Was this something that you tell me about, like this legacy that you're continuing?
Um, it means a lot because it keeps my grandmother's name alive and it gives people the opportunity to speak up and how they're feeling. And I think that's wonderful because this generation, especially Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they are so influenced by violence and they always think that violence is the right way to go when you can just have a nice conversation, just talk about it. That's what my grandmother was all about. Use your words. Don't don't use your fists. So this festival, it really gives people the opportunity to speak out about what's going on, and I think that's really great.
When did you start believing that you were a poet or a writer?
So, as you know, my grandmother, I grew up just watching her sit there writing her poems and helping her edit, and I've always had this. She was my inspiration. That's it in a nutshell. Ever since I could start reading and writing,
So
it's
this was something you knew that you were going to do.
yeah. I'm applying to colleges now, and I want to major in journalism. So it's it's always been there.
Oh yeah, this is like your year, right? I mean, you
Mm.
got to go.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay close or you want to go far? Or you want to do
I
in the middle?
I want to stay close. I want to go to Syracuse University, Newhouse, um, and wish me luck. Wish me
I
luck.
wish you luck. I mean, look, right? If you're gonna do communications, why not go to the number one school in the country?
Yeah.
And well, that's really exciting. And certainly, your grandmother was someone that Jackie Warren Moore that everyone loved, and was someone whose words. It's funny, she could use those words to really hit you with it, right? You know, we talk about not using but violence or anything, but she was going to hit you with them words because she wanted you to think about the situation or really bring attention and awareness, Karen, in a way that was so, we were so blessed to have her here in this community to do that for us.
And not only the writing that Naya's doing, she's an actress also. She's been in Paul Robeson Performing Arts Company performances since she was how old?
4, 5.
4 or 5 years old,
Yeah.
under the direction of her grandmother.
Mhm.
And she just told me before we sat down that she is helping co-directing the next show
Yep, at
at
Nottingham High
Nottingham.
School, we're doing
Really?
Clue. Yeah, we're doing Clue. I mean, I'm still in the show acting, but I get to see the other side to it, the backstage, and just help with that.
That's so awesome. So, we're talking with Karen Franklin King, Nia Jordan for the third annual Jackie Warren Moore Monologue and Poetry Festival. Karen, I don't know why if I asked you this, but I will now. What made you think of actually doing this to continue the legacy of Jackie Warren Moore?
When she left us, there was this big hole, and we wanted to fill that hole with Jackie to
Hmm.
say, still with us, and she really is, through her work, through her life story, through her kids, her daughters, and through her granddaughter. And so Jackie had a leadership role in the Paul Robeson Performing Arts Company, PR PAC, and Bill Rowland and Roy DeLamos. Their names are out there, but Jackie was behind the scenes getting it started in the 80s. And her power and passion remained with the company until she left us. So we didn't want to say goodbye totally. So we're not saying goodbye totally. We're saying Jackie's spirit, Jackie's legacy is alive and well in the young people who are in the show, in Naya and the other performers, in all of the adults that take part in the show. And I tell you, George, when I talk to folks and ask for some assistance with getting the word out, they say anything for Jackie. Marjorie Wilkins, I'm sure you remember her, wonderful
Affectionately
photographer,
known as Ma, right?
better known as Ma, wonderful photographer. Her works have been shown, and her estate, the Marjorie Wirtz Wilkins estate, has her photographs. Because we're talking about community, we're going to be displaying some of her photographs at the atrium when we do our show. When I asked for permission, her son Mark said, "We'll do anything for Jackie."
You know, so funny. And you're thinking about Marjorie Wilkins. You know, she would take a picture of you, and then in the mail, like a couple of weeks later, she would send you those photographs. It was so lovely of her. I know that the night is going to include some other performances and other legends. Talk to me.
Well, I want to turn it back over to Naya. She can talk a little bit about the other Word Warriors is the name we gave to our young people.
Talk to me, Naya.
So the other folks who are in the show, you've worked with them in the past festivals.
So we've written some of our own poems, and we have some monologues, and it's just at the end of the show, it's mostly teens.
The teens kick off the show reading Jackie's works. We have the adult cast doing monologues. We have, we're very blessed to have Marcia Hagan do music. And as Marcia plays, she will also read some of the excerpts in Jackie's columns, some of the opinion pieces that she put in the Post Standard. And then she'll, in her own inimitable style, will do a song that comes out of the video we're showing about the 15th Ward. Channel 9 has loaned us some of that video so folks can see and hear from people who were in the 15th Ward, and then in came urban development, wiped out that whole community.
They had another name for it in the streets, but I'll leave that right there. But
we don't want to X-rate your show.
I mean, we're not making light of it because it was a destruction of a community, right? I mean, and we know that that we're trying to do the right thing now with the tearing down of 81, but certainly those communities and those memories are lost forever and only contained in the photographs and the memories that people have of the community that they lost because of the construction of 81. So
that's why we wanted to call it community. That's the thing. And at the end of the program, after our Word Warriors do their own poems that they've written, Iris St. Moran from Channel 9 Bridge Street is going to facilitate a conversation with the audience to ask them some questions about their own community. Let me ask you, George, well, if you had to think back of your community, is there a word or two that you'd say that is a great remembrance?
Yeah, I would say.
What you got?
Love.
That's nice.
Love. Yeah, I would say
that's
love.
That's what we're gonna get Iris to try to get out of the audiences.
Oh yeah, see how she tried to get me, Naya. But listen, you have to stay ready over here. And I know that there will be a preview performance on Thursday night at OCC where we get to see. Now, here's the thing, and that'll be at the Marvin and Shoe Recital Hall. Now, that'll be the 17th at 5:30. Now, here's the thing. This is all free?
All free. All free.
Wow.
We're blessed with the CNY Arts, and I should read the total.
all the people that help pay for it.
No, we're getting some assistance from SU as well. And so that's why it is free. And we want to call it a family fair as well, because we want people to realize that parking is going to be a little bit of a challenge that time of evening, but also to get your family to see other young people doing their thing, to get them to talk about community and things like that as well. But we do want to thank CNY Arts. And before we leave, I'm just going to read a little of what they wanted me to say, but I don't have it in front of me just yet.
Well,
So anyway,
here's what you want to say. You want to say this project is made possible with firms from the County of Onondaga with the support of the county executive and administered by CNY Arts. That's what you probably wanted to say, right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
with additional support from Syracuse University Humanities Center and College of Arts and Sciences, African American Studies. Okay, so we got that out of the way. All right, let's get to the main event. Naya, what you got for me?
Okay, so this is called Finding My Way in Syracuse. I wrote this because I always had trouble fitting in, and I, of course, have some pretty big shoes to fill because of my grandmother. So this is finding my way in Syracuse. In a city where the snow falls thick and cold, I walk these streets with stories untold. A light-skinned girl with roots that run deep in a world that questions the truth I keep. They see my skin and they make their guess, but they don't know the weight I press. Granddaughter of Jackie, her words in my soul, yet they wonder if I'm part or whole. I'm just 16 with dreams so wide, but it's hard to find where I can hide. In the halls of schools, I feel the divide, too light for some, too dark to glide. But I've got her strength, her voice, her fire, in a world that tries to push me to the wire. I'm fierce, I'm proud, I know who I am, even when the world tries to damn. Her legacy flows through my veins like a stream, but the struggle is real, it's not just a dream. In Syracuse, where the past casts a long shadow, I walk a path that's steep, not shallow. They say embrace your light, stand tall, but they don't see the walls, the fall. I am more than what they think, more than their view, with history rich in a future that's new. I've got her words, her strength, her grace, and I'll keep pushing at my own pace. The road is tough, the climb is steep, but I know my roots, and they run deep. So here I stand, a girl with a dream, in a world that's colder than it might seem. But I'll keep rising, keep finding my own way, 'cause tomorrow's another chance, another day.
Naya Jordan, granddaughter of Jackie Warren Moore, Finding My Way in Syracuse. She's one of the word warriors, one of those participating in the 3rd annual Jackie Warren Moore Monologue and Poetry Festival, Friday, October the 18th at 5:30 at the Downtown Art in the Atrium Free. That is going to be, what is the address to the Art in the Atrium? Do we know? It's
I believe it's
East Washington Street. I want to give the actual address.
Just a second, I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. In the meantime, we should tell you that there will be a
201 East Washington
That's what
Street.
my office used to be there. 201 East Washington Street in Syracuse. There it is.
That's
there
backwards.
you go. Thank you. 201 East Washington Street. Preview performance the night before at OCC at 5:30 as well. Free. Check it out. It's a production with the Paul Robeson Performing Arts Company. And you can look at what's the website for Paul Robeson, Karin?
www.theprpac.org/SYR.
Right, there you go. All right.
Okay.
Karin Franklin King, Naya Jordan, the Jackie Warren Moore it's a Jackie Warren Moore Monologue and Poetry Festival, Friday, October the 18th. Free at the Art in the Atrium, 201 East Washington Street.
Thank you, Special K.
Thank you, Karin. K2K, inspiration for the nation.